Conventional wisdom says your gut can't handle more than 60 grams of carbs per hour, but new 2025 data proves 120 grams isn't just possible, it actually lowers the oxygen cost of running at marathon pace.
For decades, sports nutrition science drew a hard line at 60 grams of carbohydrates per hour. The physiological logic appeared sound. The SGLT1 transporter, responsible for moving glucose from the gut into the bloodstream, becomes fully saturated at this rate. Consuming more was considered futile, leading only to bloating rather than extra energy. However, that model was incomplete because it ignored a second biological pathway. While SGLT1 handles glucose, a completely different transporter called GLUT5 handles fructose. By utilizing both pathways simultaneously, we can theoretically double the absorption capacity without overloading the stomach. A landmark 2025 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology tested this hypothesis on elite marathoners. They compared intakes of 60, 90, and 120 grams per hour. The 120-gram group didn't just absorb the fuel, they demonstrated significantly higher exogenous carbohydrate oxidation rates compared to the lower intake groups. Here is the critical performance metric: oxygen cost. The study found that running economy improved in the high intake group. By burning this readily available external fuel, the body preserves its limited liver and muscle glycogen stores, reducing the metabolic stress of the effort.
The success of the 120-gram strategy hinges entirely on the fuel ratio. Traditional gels use a 2-to-1 glucose to fructose blend. At high volumes, this fails because the glucose component still oversaturates the SGLT1 transporter. The 2025 data confirms that a 1-to-1 ratio is required to maximize the GLUT5 fructose pathway.
To visualize why this works, imagine a highway. If you force 120 cars down the single glucose lane, traffic jams occur at the 60-car mark. By opening the fructose lane, you can move 60 cars down each path simultaneously, doubling throughput with zero congestion.
But here is the warning: you cannot attempt this on race day without preparation. The gut is a highly plastic organ. Just as your muscles need training to handle physical load, your intestinal epithelium needs training to upregulate transporter density.
To safely adopt this strategy, implement a 6-week progressive gut training protocol. Start your long runs at your current comfortable limit, likely 60 grams. Every week, increase your intake by 10 grams per hour. This forces the body to adapt by synthesizing more transporter proteins.
Hydration is the second failure point. High carbohydrate concentration in the gut increases osmolarity, drawing water out of your body and into the intestines. You must consume sufficient water to keep the solution isotonic, or you risk severe cramping and diarrhea.
When selecting products, ignore marketing buzzwords and look at the ingredients list. You specifically need dual source or beta fuel style mixes. Standard maltodextrin-only gels are mathematically incapable of delivering 120 grams per hour efficiently because they ignore the fructose pathway.
Understand that this strategy is unnecessary for short events. For anything under 90 minutes, your glycogen stores are sufficient. This 120-gram protocol is a specific tool for marathons and ultras where glycogen depletion is the primary limiting factor for performance.
The 60-gram limit is dead, but the 120-gram target must be earned. Start your gut training 6 weeks out. Ensure you are using a 1-to-1 glucose-fructose ratio and hydrate aggressively. This is the new physiological standard for endurance performance. Train your gut, optimize the ratio, and run faster.